Hello, everybody. Welcome to Popcorn Planet, and welcome to Nerd Wars. Look, sometimes these are just going to end up turning into nerd talks, just because sometimes we're going to agree, and I think the first topic we might be agreeing, but we're still going to nerd it out. We're going to talk about Christopher Nolan's latest trailer for Tenet just dropped. I want to react to it with my special guest. We're also going to talk about Bill and Ted Face the Music, as well as Sony keeps putting Spider-Man movies out, and I don't know what's going on or why. I want to argue about this. And our second half of the show, we are going to be tackling a Snyder, it's not the Snyder Cut anymore, guys. It's Zack Snyder's Justice League, and I'm getting fed up. The cult of Snyder is getting powerful. They're feeling like mighty, and I want to start. While I was giving him credit yesterday, I'm already seeing where this can go, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to talk all about it with my special guest. Vito is in the building. What's up, Vito? I lost your. Did you? Is he muted?
Are my levels all over the place?
No, you are. No, you were muted. Now I hear you, my man. What's up, my man? Welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Good. I'm cracking a Mike's Hard Lemonade for you. It's not bathwater, but it's close enough.
Don't show me that. That looks delicious. I don't have one of those. All I have is a warm Mountain Dew energy drink. It's not nearly as good.
I wanted to bring you on because I have it. I had it queued up. Aside from bathwater, which I know doesn't want to be your thing forever, but the thing you did that I really appreciate, what I appreciated you did was cinematic failures. Your new series now, because you've now done another one. But
yes.
People might remember you from the cinematic failure that is The Last Jedi. But yes. Fill in fans. What's out today?
Well, as you may have seen if you've gone to YouTube in the past year or so. If you type Last Jedi into that search bar, my video is the first one that comes up.
Oh, let's test that.
It's just me talking about how much I do not like that movie, that Last Jedi.
It's so true. I just did it. It's
searched.
The first one, right? It's the first movie. Dude, you're making money.
Yeah, that's got 9 million views on there. That's
wow.
It's kind of weird to sit here and be like, that might be my greatest accomplishment. I might be an old man and like, that's as far as it ever was.
That's it. Both The Last Jedi, or if you just search Last Jedi.
Yeah, Disney hates me, I think.
Why Star? And then you didn't even have it in your first keyword. This is fascinating to me. Why Star Wars: The Last Jedi is a complete cinematic failure. 8.9 views. Now back me up. And you have revenue on it, correct?
Yes, I do make money on that.
Bravo, sir.
I paid some rent. Let's put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But but when I made that video, I expected it to get like 20,000 views. I didn't know that my take on that crappy movie would resonate with anybody, but
I don't know how you make a movie as bad.
Sorry, keep going.
I guess people liked it. I don't know. So anyway, I saw Rise of Skywalker back in December, and I have finally put out this one. Is an hour-long takedown of that movie, so you can watch.
Boom, boom, boom! Rise of Skywalker, complete cinematic failure. A sequel, years in the making. Right. It's now officially out.
It is a terrible, terrible movie.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's go there first because we got a lot to talk about with Tenet and everything else. But with you as my guest, we'll get to it. So stay tuned as we hype that around. Again, what I do is I cut these Nerd Wars into 2 episodes. If you watch live, you can watch it all in its entirety. Or if you listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, this show will be in its full form on all the audio platforms. That's the other secret trick. If you're like, Andy, I missed the other parts of it, you can listen to it on all Spotify, iTunes. My man Chris hooks us up on all the what are those called? Audio platforms. Anyway, so go check it out there. I keep meaning to plug that so you guys can follow and listen, off the phone. But I want to, before we get to our this first round's main event, which is the bigger cinematic failure, Vito? Which one is it? Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker?
See, that's the question. Have you done a Nerd Wars of that yet? Oh man,
hey, I can change the thumbnail. We can make that the fight if you want.
Well, but here's the problem: is I am of the opinion that they are equally bad in diametrically opposite ways, which I actually touch on in my video, where J.J. Abrams is just trying to make a loud, stupid action figure playset of a movie. Rian Johnson's like the fancy kid who tried to dress up everybody up in ball gowns and have them kiss each other. And both of those visions for Star Wars are idiotic. There's probably a middle ground somewhere, but they definitely did not find one. So they're both terrible in the opposite way. One of them tries to be too much of just a brainless... It's like an action movie with a bunch of JJ's stupid mystery boxes thrown on top to make it seem more deep than it really is. There's nothing there. And then there's Rian Johnson with his subversions and his, oh, but what if the world is full of shades of gray and nobody's truly a hero? And you're like, yeah, but that also sucks. So it's hard to tell which one is worse. Like, I keep wanting to lock one down and I keep going back and forth on it because I'm like, I almost want to say that I appreciate what Rian Johnson was trying to do and he executed it poorly.
Oh, sorry.
But and then J.J. Abrams, really, there's nothing there that I respect out of what he did. Nothing interesting came out of it. Like, I can't think of anything J.J. Abrams did that really, like...
But which I'm agree. But pick one. Which one are you saying is worse?
Last Jedi took the whole thing off course. Let's put it that way.
See, I would argue Rise of Skywalker was worse because it didn't hit the landing.
Well, the thing is that I have in my head what Rise of Skywalker should have been based on where Ryan was bringing it. Like, to me, it seemed very obvious, all this talk of destroying the Jedi, destroying the Sith, whatever else. I'm like, okay, so Kylo Ren is someone who has examined the history of both these factions and realized, the Jedi and the Sith just leads to endless war and, like, millions of people dying in these constant Star Wars. Clearly, I should destroy both the Sith and the Jedi. I'm like, oh, that's probably what the third movie is going to be about. That would make sense. That's why he keeps talking about it. And then JJ was like, no, he's got to kill Palpatine. We got to kill your grandpa. Rey's grandpa, we got to kill her. I'm like, there's no theme now. What is the theme of the movies?
Oh man, there's so we need to do, because we didn't prep this. But I want to fight this on you because I would go Rise. I get Rise. I get Last Jedi has its problems. It has massive problems. Yeah. But if we're putting the trilogy up, they could have used parts of Last Jedi and kept going forward and then hit the landing. But
well, if I'm going to be arguing
Rise of Skywalker,
Last Jedi to be the problem,
Rise of Skywalker just completely just misses it. It's like, yeah, all right, we'll just give him fan service on what JJ wanted originally, and we'll just ignore Chapter 2. Yeah, whatever, we'll just rush through it. Doesn't matter. Yeah, bring the Emperor back. That'll make the fans excited. Oh, cool, here's all the spaceships. Yeah, Rise! And then, yeah, see, we did it. No, you didn't do it. You did it even worse. To me, that was just worst fan service ever. No stakes, no emotional connection to anybody. None of the characters really actually do anything. It's just MacGuffin after MacGuffin chase that leads to nothing.
Yeah. It is a truly useless movie, but I almost feel like Rian Johnson is the one who put them in that position, because there were things that Rian Johnson did that I don't think, and even JJ didn't address them, but you needed to address some of The Last Jedi's problems. Like, you needed to go in and mess around a little bit with some of what he set up because it just wasn't done properly. For me, the biggest thing is Luke Skywalker. Nobody was happy with how Luke Skywalker's story ended.
That's
valid. And that was the biggest. And Luke Skywalker,
but
the central point of the whole thing. Once you kill Luke, why am I even watching the movies anymore? I don't care. Ooh, Rey, what's Rey gonna do? No, you don't kill. Why'd they kill Luke? And it wasn't even interesting or cool. And then he's like, whatever. I think they should have brought Luke back in the final. I don't know. I mean, JJ missed the mark. Ryan missed the mark. There's so many different things they should have done to fix this franchise, and they didn't.
Because I see, you're right, they messed up Luke, but to me, by the end, they ended all of them badly. All of it ended badly, and they could have salvaged
once you kill
things.
Luke, it's already dead. Because I went into Rise of Skywalker going, this is dead. It's a dead franchise. They killed Luke. They killed Han. Nobody cares. Let's just watch him put it in a grave. And the fact that J.J. Abrams defiled the corpse on the way to the funeral home, who cares? It was already fucking dead. What are you going to do?
Yeah, see, I like the ending. I like his ending with Kylo Ren. I don't like the parts before it, and I don't like his fade-out death. It doesn't make sense to me. The Force doesn't make any sense anymore. So yeah, Ryan has fault.
You like Kylo Ren being returned as getting his redemption arc plot?
I liked the show. I don't like the reasoning for the showdown, but I liked the showdown. Does that make sense? It
was go down with Palpatine?
No. In End of Last Jedi, when Luke shows up to take on Kylo Ren.
Oh, okay.
That was a moment I'd been waiting for, and I was like, "Oh, cool." And then I didn't even mind that he was force zooming over there. That didn't bother me. What bothered me was I'm dead. I was like, "Well, wait, what? Huh?" It didn't make sense. But him holographing himself there to trick him. That didn't bother me. That was as extreme as they could have gone, where I would have been like, all right. And then I've seen they've justified it through whatever canon Jedi things they have said. Look, it's in here. You can do it. But look, there's a lot of other Leia flying out of space. Like, look, the movie's got problems. And you eloquently put the point of Finn's arc completely wasted when Rose saves him. Look, Last Jedi has problems. Don't get me wrong, but still, I don't know. Rise of Skywalker. There's like not a scene in that movie I'd watching it. But look, I didn't want to get so sidetracked. I want to bring you back. I want to watch your new video. Everybody, this is a plug. Go watch. Here it is. Vito's channel. Go to youtube.com/Vito. You can go get all his videos here. Rise of Skywalker complete cinematic failure is now up. Then you can go rewatch Last Jedi is a complete cinematic failure. Vito, I want you to come back prepared. Let's do an official which one's the worst cinematic failure Nerd Wars. We can even bring in some other people if you want assistance or just be one-on-one. But this is a good tease for I think we could actually really, because I want to watch both of your essays and then come back and really have a proper toe-to-toe on this. So stay tuned, subscribe, watch it, and in the meanwhile, go check out Vito's 2 videos and see where you stand on it, because I put him on the spot, and I'm like, I want to prepare this one a bit, and I think it could be
It's complicated, because I don't know if, I keep going back and forth. Because after I saw Last Jedi, I'm like, oh, there'll never be a Star Wars movie as bad as that again. J.J. Abrams, I'm like, you didn't even make a movie. What is this? It's like you just kind of like got drunk and you're like, they'll get a knife, and the knife tells them where to get a triangle. And
exactly.
Like, no one cares who made the knife.
By the way, the knife was pointless because Kylo Ren smashed the thing you were after anyway. So everything you just did was worth for nothing because Kylo Ren just took you there, which you should have just done to begin with. We didn't need our last adventure. We finally unite these characters we've been waiting for, and for what? For nothing.
You know what I love about that adventure? Is that part of the adventure only works because Luke Skywalker failed. Because they go, he couldn't find the knife like 10 years ago. He tried to find it, but he couldn't find it. And you're like, Luke Skywalker just what? And he just gave up? Yeah, we just gave up. Oh, cool. That must have been a fun adventure for you and Luke, Lando. Look for a knife for a week. And he's like,
stay tuned for Disney Plus.
What a bad story.
Oh,
Luke was hunting that down, and then I don't know. We just gave up. We got tired. We're done with it. Thank God you guys landed in a sand pit and magically found it.
And found some snake that deserved force healing to open up the wall that everyone else died in because you can't break rocks. You can't dig out of a hole. It makes sense.
That's not Ray in the Machine at all.
Yeah. All right, but we're gonna prep that. I want to come back and have you challenge. That'll be a fun talk. So stay tuned.
Good.
Let's go to our main event. We both watched today's new trailer. You guys can chime in which is the bigger cinematic failure in the comments, or drop ways to interrupt the show down below. Ask some questions to Vito or I. But let's get to this main event here. I'm not gonna play the trailer because they'll ding it. They just don't care anymore. But, wrong one. Sorry, here it is.
Is the trailer officially on YouTube, or did you have to watch it on Fortnite?
It was on Fortnite, and it was weird watching like the Fortnite characters, like heads bobbing while you're watching the movie. Granted, it was like full HD. It looked good on the stream, on the Twitch stream I watched. But yeah, it was a very weird experience. They had to set up and like, Fortnite, you get it first. And then the guy turned around, and it looked like there were 4 people in Fortnite watching it. So I don't know what the hell the point was. Like, do you really think Nolan was like, you know what? I want to debut my trailer on a small screen in a video game. That just doesn't scream Nolan to me.
Same thing for Rise of Skywalker, right? It's like the new trend
to like premiere, because there's an audience there. I don't believe Nolan knows, unless he's got kids who play it. I don't believe he's really like because Fortnite's not the popular thing for everybody. It's popular for a age bracket of like teens.
Yeah, well, it almost makes more sense. It makes sense for like Star Wars, I guess. For a Christopher Nolan movie, it makes no sense.
Yeah. Anyway, it didn't scream Nolan's choice, but they were like Nolan's brilliant move was he wanted everyone here at Fortnite to see it first.
They didn't have a virtual Nolan though, did they? Because for Star Wars, they had a little JJ running around talking.
Really? I didn't see it.
Yeah, he was there for it.
Oh Jesus! No, it was, but they hyped it like, no, Christopher Nolan had this visionary idea to premiere it here, and I'm like, what? No, that was someone's marketing idea. Nolan's like, whatever. As long as it's on YouTube in full res, I don't show some dumb thing. But then it immediately showed up on you. It was private and then showed up. Anyway, so I have it now. It's up. We have it here. Just flashing through. What's his name? John David Washington. Is that who this is? Denzel's son is who that is. I've never been massively impressed with him. Black Klansman, he was good. But I'm hoping this will blow me away, and I'm like, all right, cool. He's a good leading man, and for more of these things. But he's just playing it kind of straight. But the visuals are cool. It's standard, Nolan-esque, shots. So he always does these big epic, movies, big budget movies. But it's always this noir-looking, gray, not very colorful. Always in suits. It's always still very muted for the scope and the budget that his films are, which is, it's clever, but it's weird. Like Inception, I kind of wish, sure, I understand the real world of the Inception would be maybe like that. But when he went to the dream world, why couldn't they have blown it up into oh man, there's flying unicorns and crazy stuff's happening here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the dream world, when it got absurd for me was when they're this guy literally has an ice base inside his mind. And I'm like, what? Yeah, he's got it locked away in an ice cave base with a bunch of soldiers, and I'm like, do you have dreams where there's a magic ice base that you keep your father's memories locked in, or even as a metaphor? I don't know how anybody has that as a thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
That was very confusing to me. The rest of it, I was like, yeah, okay, he's going through dream worlds. Then we got to the final layer, and it's a GoldenEye level. I was like, this is
it was very GoldenEye. I've been playing GoldenEye. Yeah, I've been playing. I've got introduced GoldenEye to my kids. I've been having. They love it. It's their first shoot 'em up game. And I hooked up a 64, and they're all into it. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the facility and let's do slappers only. It's it's been so fun. And my son who's 8 is getting better at it, and he's like, yeah, you suck, Dad. But anyway,
turn off proximity mines.
Exactly.
That's no fun
I like remote
anybody.
mines, but yeah, it's fun. Go back and find it and play with your kids. It's a good one to introduce them to that sort of format. But all right, back to this. Anyway, it has the same muted. Is that the word? It's a good word for it. The color, muted color and just
color tone
suits that all the other ones have. But here we go. So we're back in, and Robert Pattinson sort of stepping into the Leo role. I don't know. He's just the good-looking guy. I guess David White watched this too.
Are you a big Leo guy, fan?
I mean,
DiCaprio? I always, anytime I watch a movie with him, I always go, I feel like somebody else here I would have liked better. I always feel like he's a great
I like him.
Somebody else.
He's grown on me he wasn't for a while. But dude, when he did What's Eating Gilbert Grape, I thought, wow, he really pulled that off. That could have been an embarrassing Simple Jack performance, but no, he did a really I love that movie. Bravo! Yeah, Terry Hall, thank you for becoming a member here on Popcorn Planet. Woo! Keeps us going. Thank you so much for stepping up. You are now our Popcorn Planeteer. Let's see you leave a little chat. Now you got the green special link so I can congratulate you, see you in the chat. You'll pop out more. You get the special coins and stuff. So thank you, Terry. Everybody else who wants to subscribe, become a join member. It helps us a ton. So thank you. Let's keep it going tonight. And welcome to the Popcorn Planeteers, Terry. We got some members exclusives coming this weekend. Actually, we're gonna watch Bloodsport. Van Damme's Bloodsport as members only, and we got Jody and I are doing a fun members only stream where we're answering everything. We're gonna go down those deep hole questions that probably shouldn't be on YouTube, but we're gonna do it for our members. So stay tuned. But back to the topic. Thank you, Terry. Back to this muted. To answer your question, I like Leo. I liked him in Gilbert Grape. There was a phase there where I was like, he's okay, but even Titanic, he pulled it off.
I never saw that movie where he gets raped by bears. What's that?
The one? Revenant.
Yeah.
It's
good?
It's a good movie. It's well done. There's some great shots but it's not a movie. I'm like, there's some cool shots, cinematography, but not a movie I need to go back and see again. It's a struggle, but he's amazing in it. Wolf of Wall Street's my favorite one. That's the one where I thought he should have won the Oscar. Was that one? He's fantastic. It's such a comedy and drama. That scene with him and Jonah on the Quaaludes. Oh my God, I can't think of a funnier. And
his dragging himself out of the car.
His acting where he like stops his face and he's like, I don't know how the hell they did that scene. It was incredible. But yeah, I like Leo. But I'm not like obsessed with him like other people are. But he's good. But here we go. Let's watch. So he's not in this though.
Okay.
So they need somebody who is sort of like a heartthrob
I'm saying it's
type.
interesting that Pattinson's maybe taking over for him because I don't know if I like Pattinson either. But
yeah, we'll see. So we got the they're wearing a lot of masks, but again we're in some world where it's still like kind of empty, people just walking around, very normal, standing around suits. It's a very Nolan-esque world, which is becoming a sort of thing. But then there are these amazing set pieces set in the world with like the cars flipping over and everything else. Kenneth Branagh looks pretty badass in this, I have to say. And they finally sort of reveal a bit more of the plot, that it's a inversion. They are not doing time travel. It's called inversion. And there's a point in the movie where I was trying to find the old lady, but the old lady is like, the people of the future need us. They need Tenet. Like Tenet's some word or something. And then he talks about something else about by reversing the path of time, that means then this moment right here wouldn't really exist. Like they're starting to drop these little teases as to what this world is about, what the story's about. They're trying to prevent World War III. We're getting these amazing visuals. Overall, I mean, I just want to recapping for those who say, because sadly we can't do reactions here on YouTube anymore because the studios just unfairly monetize a fair use reaction. But I want to talk about our thoughts. What did you think of this trailer? Did you think, you know what, overrated, don't care? Did you think, no, I'm going to go risk getting we call it the Bud Light here because we can't say the other beer because
okay.
Is it worth going to risk getting the Bud Light to go see this movie in IMAX? What are your thoughts on it, Vito?
I don't know if I'd go to I don't know if I'd wait for the whole nonsense to die down before I go to a movie theater to see it. But it was, even before this whole nonsense started, I was like, what movies are coming out this year? And I looked at it and I'm like, there's really only one movie I am kind of interested in seeing, and it's Christopher Nolan's Tenet. It's the only thing that seems kind of interesting to me. I can't think of anything else that's really coming out that is, on the same level as this.
Yeah.
It's not just a mindless blockbuster Hollywood movie. It's got something interesting, some sort of hook, and obviously Christopher Nolan level of he kind of finds this sweet spot between big loud Hollywood movie and it's almost artistic. It's like art, there's something there between all the gunplay and whatever else. There's some themes I think always interesting.
It's cinema. Not to use Martin Scorsese's word, it does feel like cinema. He's really trying to go for that cinematic quality, and I respect him for it.
There's not enough people doing that, like him, Tarantino, like what other directors?
It's true.
These days are really doing that, and there's not a lot of them. So I'm excited to see this. I think that whatever's going on with this inversion thing, I'm sure it will make. It's going to be one of those things where you got to go, don't think too hard about it, because if you think too hard about it, the movie's going to fall apart. Like at one point, he's using the gun to pull bullets back in time into the gun. And I'm like, that makes literally no sense at all.
I'm totally with him. Like, wait, I'm like, I'm trying to think like, okay, can I, what? And I'm like, no, what? Wait, what? You're
I'm
pulling...
like, oh, so he already fired the gun. And then I'm like, but wait, no, because that doesn't make any sense. Somehow he can convince an object to return to a point that it would like to emanate from. I don't know.
He's like Benjamin buttoning the timeline. He's like doing it in reverse. I mean, they're going to explain it, I imagine. I imagine Nolan has come up with a whole Bible of how this world works.
Like Interstellar, where love is the only thing that can travel through time, or whatever the hell.
I don't care if you come at me, Nolan fans. That is the most overrated Nolan thing in the world. They solved by the power of love in a space bookcase. Oh my God, that movie is I can't say it. All right, I want to bring in. Sorry, I've had the peanut gallery here has been waiting, bringing in the whole team. Everybody, are you there? Party lines here. Woo 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 woo. You guys, do I have? You should be all muted. I wanted to thank you. Sorry, making you wait. We'll get you guys more active when we do the Twitch stream after. But Chris, Don, Steph, Eric. Eric Cartman. Kevin, rather. Let's see, Eric Cartman.
That's the one.
Kevin, you got the icon, and thank you. It's not just a word Kev anymore. What, real quick around the bend, are you hyped for this trailer? Are you not hyped for this trailer? Does anyone not like it to start a fight here? Or are we going to wrap this first part of the show basically saying, yeah, Nolan looks good? We'll start. Chris, what do you think?
As I said before, it's just another Inception.
You think, but you're saying that from a tone's perspective, or you think it's actually an Inception sequel?
No, from a tone's perspective. From a tone perspective, definitely. It's just going to be another kind of like that.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
No, it's not a bad thing, but everyone's talking about like it's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be this great movie that's going to save the theaters after the Bud Light and yeah.
So you're not sold. That you're like, yeah,
sold.
Interesting, but you're not. Okay,
Sure.
Interesting.
It's going to be a good movie, but sure.
Steph, where do you stand on this?
Not bothered about it. There are other movies that have been pushed back that I'm more excited about than Tenet. The only thing that excites me about it is that Robert Pattinson's in it. He's one of my favourite actors. But apart from that, it's a Christopher Nolan movie. It's probably going to be a little bit pretentious.
I love you guys just do not care. Vito and I were like sucking Nolan off, and you guys are like, man, whatever.
Well, I do want to bring up something about Christopher Nolan's being pretentious.
Yes.
As we were talking about Interstellar, my favorite anecdote from that movie is, do you know what the name of what was the other scientist? Matt Damon's character was? Do you know what his name was in the movie?
In Matt Damon? In which movie? In The Martian?
Interstellar.
Was his name Chris Nolan?
Was he in Interstellar? I've already forgotten that. Jesus.
The guy who was
he was on the tidal rock planet, yeah.
He was trapped on the ice planet.
Yes. And they yeah. Okay, thank you.
His name was Dr. Mann. Dr. Hugh Mann.
Oh my.
Because he was inherently flawed.
Yeah.
His name is Dr. Human.
Human.
The nail on the head. Christopher Nolan. I get it. We're all flawed and we're all weak and afraid of death. I get it.
God, I forgot. You're right. It was Hugh Mann. I like this cameo, though. It was a cool cameo. Don, quickly, what did you think?
I'm actually interested in it. I personally think it's a crossbreed between 12 Monkeys and Prince of Persia.
Ooh, 12 Monkeys is a good one, too. Yeah, and Prince of Persia goes through time. Interesting. Kev, real quick, what are your thoughts?
To be honest with you, before Wonder Woman got pushed back, I had no interest in Tenet. But now that Wonder Woman's back, this is one of the first big ones out. I'm looking forward to it just to get back out there. And I think that's where it's going to make a lot of money.
And so who's going to see this in theaters, even if it comes out in July? Because the big note was that they didn't put a release date there. It's still up in the air on, is it going to get released in July? There's apparently a plan that if they can't get 80% of the theaters open by July, they're going to try and push it to August, and then they're going to delay Wonder Woman until December, and then Dune will get pushed another time. So they already have sort of their tentpole weekends ready to sort of push as they need. But if this continues to go in July, which is a month or two, are you guys ready to go to the theaters? No. Nobody. So nobody's ready to go.
I would say if you're saying I no longer need a mask just to go to the theater, I'll be okay with that.
Or you go to the movie with a mask on.
How am I going to eat my popcorn wearing a mask?
You can build a mask.
Never mind that. How are you going to get to your seat?
I'm
How are
only
you
there
going to
for
get
the
to your
hot
seat when you've got to
corn.
climb past 20 other people?
Vito makes such a good point. There are going to be, you say that as a joke, but I don't think it's a joke. There are so many people who are going to be like, I can't eat the popcorn in the mask. That they're not going to be like, yeah, I'll wait till it's at home so I can have my popcorn. That is such a real thing that I bet you they're not even factoring that. I want to curious, poll people. Does the popcorn at the movies swayed you to maybe not go if you're like, I'm going to wear a mask?
Yeah, I don't care about the popcorn. I care about the movie experience.
No. I don't even get the popcorn.
The movie itself.
It's not a movie experience if you don't got a hot bag of corn, buddy.
Listen,
no, it is because I can actually hear the movie. I'm not crunching on popcorn.
Oh, man.
That's part of the soundtrack. They specifically mix the movie.
Every filmmaker knows
that.
No.
Accents every scene.
No.
Know anything about Hollywood?
The bastard the person sitting 2 seats away from me who's crunching on his M&Ms or his popcorn and slurping and checking his phone is the one I want to punch. I'm here for the movie, not the snacks. If I want popcorn, I can buy a massive bag for £1.
Yeah, someone's suggesting just make a popcorn mask. That would be smart. So it's like you suck them in.
And it'll cut down on the sound as well.
No, and then there's going to be some sound.
I want the big soda to come with like a gas mask type thing that I can suck it up through.
I don't see it.
Listen, the only time I ever get popcorn at the theater is when I'm on a date. That's
Hold
it.
on.
I'll give it to my date, and I'll have me some nachos.
Okay,
I don't think it's a movie if I ain't got no corn.
Well,
America's garbage crop. You got to celebrate it.
Let's ask the people. I just put a poll out. Does the popcorn and the mask sway you from going to see the movies? Let's see if anybody cares. We're a lot of movie fans, but I do think the general public there will be a go away. There it is. There will be a people who think that way. Like people who just like, yeah, I want to go to the movies and get some popcorn. But then again, the people who are probably doing that don't care about the mask at this point and are probably just going to go. Who knows?
You enjoy being out with the mask? Because I try to shorten my time out as much as possible because I hate wearing those things.
I did go to the beach without the mask. I went to a beach here in Florida because they've opened our beaches because I'm just like, I'm going to go outside to a freaking beach and stay away from people. And it was fine. I didn't have a problem. I didn't go anywhere near anybody. That's my whole thing is like the social distancing to me is legit. You can't force everyone to stay home. That's why people are losing their minds. At the same time, you got to still have regulations and people feel safe. You can't force people back to work, et cetera, et cetera. So my whole thing is like, look, some people are going to go out to the beach. I thank God I could go out and get some sun. Like I was depressed at home, locked up. Like I needed sun and like the beach sounds. Like some people, like you can't keep them from it. You know what I mean? So, but you at the same time you got to have precautions. So I think people are getting fed up and people are going to say it's worth the risk to me. I'll get it.
Yeah, but Andy, sorry to interrupt. People are stupid. I mean, just in the UK, it's been gorgeous weather the last 2 days. The beaches have been jam-packed with people shoulder to shoulder just because it's a bit of nice weather. And there's like 30,000 people on 1 square mile of beach.
Right, but we're so worried. We're so worried, and we hear that. But let's see what happens in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
well,
that's my thing of like, are we being too cautious now at this point?
It's a litmus test.
Is there a point now where we're gonna all, people who were out at the beach a month ago being like, told you so? You guys are like all locked in your houses when it's like starting to die down, and we can still be, who know? I don't know anymore is what the thing is because I don't want this to turn into a Bud Light talk. But it's like, but the problem is like, I understand why people are doing that. But cinema, keeping in the cinema topic.
Cinema. Back to going to the theater for me. It's about the germs too. Like
sure.
So it doesn't matter if I wear a mask or how much they clean it. I think about the last person that might have been sitting in that seat, and to me, that's what keeps me away from the theater.
Right, but here, like again, I'm not trying to make this a debate about, but like people are like 90% survival rate. There is a pocket of society that is over this and doesn't believe it's as big of a deal as some people think. I'm not here to debate whether it is or not, but my point is that's where we're at with the society, where there's going to be a lot of people who are like, I don't care anymore. I'll take my chances. I'll stay away from old people. I'm going to the damn movies to see the Christopher Nolan movie. That's the reality. And then there's a lot of people who are built into, I can't go outside or I'll get sick. If I go outside, I'll get sick. And I think both sides are, being a little crazy. We gotta meet in the middle and be safe and respectful. I went to the store the other day to get grapes with my mask on, and there's people like all up on my jump. Like, dude, even if there wasn't this thing happening, get away from my space. Like, I want personal space always. And they're like getting in your face while you're buying grapes. It's like, come on. So the question of will there be, what's going to happen? We shall see. But they're clearly gonna downgrade the percent, the amount of people in attendance, et cetera. There's gonna be precautions, and the question is the popcorn. Will it sway? Here we go. We have our vote, almost half and half, guys. That is more than I thought. That it's it's 52% no.
For a channel named PopcornedPlanet, the fact that any of your co-hosts are coming down on the hot corn.
It's true. I don't know. I'm
disturbing to say the least.
I can't.
I thought this
was
UK
baby. There's popcorn. The popcorn is rubbish in UK cinemas.
Maybe.
All right.
I came here primarily to talk about corn, America's favorite garbage crop. I didn't realize this was about movies.
It is a garbage crop.
Oh damn!
I can't eat popcorn for too much, but I still like it.
4-H channel.
Popcorn, kettle corn.
But wow, look at that! I'm kind of surprised. Almost 50% saying yes. Yeah. So in that pocket of people, it's small, granted, but still, like and now it's getting closer. In that pocket of people, look, take that to the masses. That's not going to help Christopher Nolan do a good turnout. So we shall see.
Thought you were going to get.
The trailer was cool.
Free bag of corn for coming in.
Exactly. Well, to wrap up this first part of the show, and then we're going to go to the next part. But for me, and then I'll give you the final word. For me, the trailer looked great. I'm excited. If we weren't in a pandemic, I would be there in a heartbeat in IMAX. I probably still will go with a mask on and make sure the theater's not too crowded or see it early or something. I can't not see this one in a theater, and I want to review it. So if I go to it depends. I'm going to play it by ear depending on how things are going by July or August, how many people are standing around me, are they coughing? There's a lot of things you can do to still be safe but still take the shot. But I suspect I would give it a shot and probably just deal with the mask during the movie and not eat the popcorn. Vito, though, where do you stand? Did this trailer sway you? Is this worth the hype, or are you thinking, you know what, just delay it until things are back to normal?
See, I'm an idiot though, because I'm like, just I'll watch it on my TV. Just put it on, because they're doing that now with movies.
But this is the movie that you don't do that with. This is Christopher
It's a different experience.
I have a 4K television. It's so big.
Doesn't matter. It's such a different experience in the cinema.
Kev,
The only different part of the experience is the corn, and if I can't get the corn, then I'm not going to the movie theater. There's no point. I can make corn here and not have to wear a mask.
Yeah, I mean, you can make seafood at home, but that doesn't stop people from going to Red Lobster, right? They're all losing their mind trying to get their crab legs.
I support America's corn farmers. Sue me.
So there you have it. That's where we stand on this. The trailer, we all agreed, though, that, I mean, the two, Vito and I, but then the others said, meh, it looks the same. I do think it looks fun, but I agree. It looks good. It looks good. It looks good, but it does look like, okay, I've seen this, like, big Nolan spectacle before. It doesn't look like he's doing something new. It looks like he's doing something more complicated, and I can't imagine it's going to make that much sense. But I'm still very curious and want to see it. I love that he's doing original stories. We need more of those. I love that he's doing big theatrical original movies and not just doing another IP and doing some Star Trek movie. He's doing something different. He's trying to be creative. He's using cinema to its full potential. I got to support that.
Why is J.J. Abrams still making stupid franchise movies?
Because he doesn't have an original bone anymore. He's like, I'm just going to do the reliable.
J.J. Abrams is
He
bad
did
at
Super
movies,
8, which
so.
was not even like Super 8 was an original concept, but it wasn't. It was just him doing a Spielberg Amblin movie. Like, so he's it's weird. Nolan's like at least taking risks.
The point of becoming a Hollywood director was you do a couple franchise films, and then you get to a Nolan level where you've already made the studio X millions of dollars on your stupid Batman nonsense, and then you get to make some real kino.
It's true.
And,
one for them, one for me, right?
Yeah, exactly. Back and forth. But JJ just feels content to churn out garbage, I guess.
JJ belongs at TV. Back at TV. He needs to go back to TV.
There we go. All right, so thank you for part one. We're gonna jump into our next topic, which I'll link to or release later. You'll have it soon here if you were watching this after the fact, or you can go to iTunes, Spotify, listen to the whole show there as well. Thanks so much for watching. If you're watching this in the playback, those of you who are watching live, stay tuned.